Hey guys, it is day 169. We had a lot of crazy weather that had happened last night. We had some tornado threats. Got woken up. Well, my wife and son had to wake up around 2 a.m. and go down to the basement. But I stayed up throughout the night, making sure everything blew over, you know. I don't think the weather could be any more perfect for someone like me. I mean, it could, but it's 70 degrees and the sun is nowhere to be seen. I love it. I'm out here today in the New Balance More V4, and here it is from the side and there it is from the other side. So before I get into the shoes, I'll discuss a little bit about my weight loss journey. 3 weeks ago, I had reached a personal low of 233.5 pounds. And the following week, I matched that. Now, the week after that, which was last week, was a totally different story. I had been introducing my body to a lot more protein, and I was loading up on creatine. And I think there was just way too much new stuff for my body to adjust to. But I was excited to get to this week because of I would be finished with the loading phase of the creatine. But all week long, I overate. I snacked at night at least 4 out of 7 days. Absolutely. There were stressful things going on. I was feeling depressed. Things just were not good. And then yesterday I had a bit of a turnaround. I did a long run in a pair of shoes I didn't think would be any good at all. And yet I went out there and felt like a freaking gazelle, even though my times were still pretty darn slow. But I had more endurance for sure than I had shown previously in other weeks. And yeah, things worked out. That gave me a bit of optimism for subsequent days and everything. Today, I had a weigh-in and I knew that wasn't going to be looking good. And yet, I got on the scale this morning and to my shock, I was 233.6. So I was 1/10 of a pound heavier than I was at my lowest. So my body has obviously readjusted, and that's a really great feeling. Hopefully next week, I'll finally be able to dip below the 233.5 that I had hit before. I'm doing all of this simultaneously with weight training, like crazy amounts of protein throughout my day, and strength training pretty much every other day. So guys, it's possible. It just, I don't know, have to remain diligent and keep working and don't give up even when things are not looking great. The results of the long run shocked me and the scale shocked me today. So both pleasant surprises, and it's just more reaffirmation that I need to keep plugging away. In other news, I cut my hair, guys. That long stringy mess that I had wore a man bun since 2008, probably 2008 or 2009. I hadn't cut my hair for about 17 or 18 years. And I mean, not a single haircut. I have not had a haircut in that amount of time. I loved it for the simplicity of being able to wake up in the morning, run some water through it, draw it back, put it into the bun, and go. Now, prior to the man bun, around 2005, I had cut my hair because I was interviewing for job. And prior to that, though, I had grown my hair out around 1998 to 2005, and I wore it in a ponytail. So I've always kind of had a history with longer hair. But I had taken some photos yesterday, and I had just combed my hair out and everything. So it was as good as it was going to be. And I'd taken side profile shots and overhead shots and everything, you know, of course, for the bald spot. And it was a disaster. It was so messy and untangled. I mean, not untangled, but so messy and just disheveled. Yeah, I just come to grips that I need to make a change. This is the year of transformation, so I just went ahead and bit the bullet. Plus, I've got an interview today at noon in a few hours, so we'll just see how it goes. But I didn't really cut it for the job interview, but I mean, it was definitely in the back of my mind. But I came to grips with doing it for me rather than like any sort of interview. I had to get to a point where I was ready to accept it. Anyway, let's talk about these shoes. So the More V4. What do I think? Well, they're definitely pillowy. I reserved this pair of shoes for a long run recovery day. I guess I'm supposed to technically be doing a recovery run, but for me, runs are not like recovery at this point. Like walks are recovery. I remember I had tried the More V5s in store, and these feel very similar to those. The More V4s, these I bought used. They're really good shape though, and not a ton of creasing on the foam. So I don't think the person wore these all that often. Despite them feeling pillowy soft, I don't know if I can classify this as the cushiest feeling shoe I've had on my feet. I would possibly give that to the New Balance V13. There are some shoes out there that probably feel even more like a cloud than say those, but I don't know, when I'm wearing a shoe, I want it to look like a shoe and not a freaking marshmallow or whatever else they've been making them look like today. Some of them just look freaking ridiculous. And this shoe is pretty much borderline ridiculous due to the stack height, but at least it does resemble a shoe. And this shoe is pretty much borderline ridiculous due to the stack height, but at least it does resemble a shoe. One thing I can say positive about the shoes is that the sensation of plantar fasciitis is almost zilch in these shoes, so that is nice, but it comes at the cost of stability. The shoes just don't feel very stable at all, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But the biggest reason I'm not enjoying these shoes at the moment is because for 4 times already on this walk, I have felt a groin tendon like tweak. It's pulled or something, and I can't have like any decent stride length at all. I have to keep my stride down to about 12 inches on a walk, and if I overextend, I can feel that little tendon tweak, so not cool at all. When we were little, my brother and I, when we see a big pair of shoes, we would call them clod hoppers, and I think this is what these things are. They're definitely clod hoppers. They're not heavy, but they're just ridiculous. So I don't know, I can go with the 1080s. I can go with that level of cushion and stuff, but when you start going into max stack like this, I don't know, it's not a shoe I really want to wear anymore. Oh well, I might revisit these when things are better and I don't have a freaking groin that is like killing me. So anyway, that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully I'll be out here tomorrow, hopefully running, we'll see. All right, you all take it easy, but later.